Hi guys, it's Patricia from Yarny Cat Crochet. If you hear some loud cheering or jeering going on in the background, my son's also recording on his video game play, so that gets a little exciting sometimes. So you guys, it's been a hard couple days. Just I got family in the hospital, and I was up at the hospital, and you know, dealing with the things you have to deal with when somebody's in the hospital. Good news is, um, my stepmom is doing okay. She's stable, and just some things need to be rearranged so that she gets better. And so, anyway, yeah, I'm super tired. If you can't tell, I am a hot mess on a cracker in July at the 4th of July picnic. The stuff that you don't want to eat. Oh my goodness. I am so tired. Well, I did go to sleep last night, but I have a sleep mask. And in the middle of the night, unbeknownst to myself, I took off of my mask, put it on the side table, and slept the rest of the night without my support, and so I didn't get much sleep because of that. And I woke up in the morning and there it is sitting there. I know I did it because it's set where I would set it. And so, no, yeah, no therapy. What I'm drinking and holding on to because it's so warm is my Metropolitan tea from August Uncommon. It's the one that has the clove and plums in it. Today is not a what's in my cup, what's on my hook, what's on my mind, so it's not a new tea. It's tea I've already reviewed because I want to review that for the first time to get a genuine reaction for you guys tomorrow, hopefully. But anyway, it's so good. It's so it has cloves and plums, and it's like a spiced plum, I guess, tea. But it's really good if you want to try some for yourself. They have 3.49 sample. They say 4 cup, but you can get more out of it because their flavors are really good. So I think it's worth it, especially to try new things. Not ordered like a handful of them. I showed you guys. I reviewed it. Go check out that video. I made a playlist so you guys, if you haven't seen those, they're in there in order, and you can just go right through the playlist if you want to. It'll help my watch hours. So anyway, yeah, it's so yummy. And then also, if it's still pretty hot before you drink it, you gotta let it steep. You could blow into it a little bit, and you get a steam facial. It's my beauty tip for the day. Although y'all shouldn't be taking beauty tips from me. You might want to reevaluate your thinking process if you use one of my beauty tips. But I just really like how when the steam rises, it makes your skin feel all moist and refreshing, and like cloves, because this clove is pretty strong in here. But I love cloves, so yeah. We'll set Mr. Pumpkin down over there. So, I have a finished object, although I can't technically call it finished because there's 2 ends I still need to weave in that you guys can't see, hopefully. But it's that cowl that I was working on, and I just, uh, I just love it so much. I'd put it on, but my hair's already messy, so I don't want to mess it up. But this is basically how it'll look like once you get it on your neck. It makes it look like a faux collar, and I want to get like I did. I believe it's like episodes and episodes back, but I did another cowl that I knitted. This one's crochet, if you can't tell, and I got a butterfly pin for that one. It was greenish, brownish enamel butterfly to go with the greenish brownish wool that I got from that wool workshop, not warehouse, in I believe it was North Carolina, and it was awesome. But this is not wool. This is what I would highly recommend to all my vegan friends. It's Ferris. Let me see if I have. Yes, I do. Hold on. A lot of you already know, but for the newbies, I'm going to explain. I'm going to set this down, but isn't it so beautiful? I call it a Mobius cowl because you twist it like a Mobius strip. Some people call it infinity cowls or infinity scarves. That's okay. Whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so this is Ferris wheel, and this one's in the color of marmalade, and it is a 4-weight, and it's 3 ounces, 85 grams, 270 yards, 247 meters. I've read that like a billion times since I got it. I'm so in love with it. But I mean, we got to consider there's new people, and they might not have heard it. So anyway, it's just got beautiful color in it. Well, it is so soft, and it's 100% acrylic, but it looks like a worked up wool. I mean, it feels like one. It's hard for you to see, but it's like a wool texture without the scratchy, the really soft wool. But it's vegan friendly, which makes me very happy because I have a friend who may not want me to share that, so I won't tell you her name, but she's a good friend of mine, and she's vegan, and she knows who she is, and she'll comment later. Hi. So this is a good alternative for the people that don't want to use wool or can't because they're allergic to animal fur. It's a very good alternative if you want something that looks good like wool, feels good like wool, but isn't wool, and it helps. So I can't say enough about this. If you can get it on sale, get you a bunch of it. It's about normal price for the prices that are right now. I can't exactly remember. I got it cheaper. I want to say it was 3 something, but if you check the video that I unboxed this in, which would really help me out, you can find the details on the price. But yeah, I cannot say enough about this. And this color, it just has browns, and well, you see it has browns and pinks and purple, and it's just, this is so awesome. Perfect for fall, but I would wear it all year round because I'm just fall colors all year round kind of gal. Okay, the other thing, that really beautiful yarn that I got from Linda. If I keep showing you guys everything, I'm not going to have anything for tomorrow. I'm going to have to get my hat done that I've been working on. But this is a whip, and it's very hard to see on video, but you can kind of get the glitter if I do this. But it's just, it's hard with everything in the background, but it is just gorgeous. I mean, in person, the screen has nothing on this in person. It is just gorgeous. I don't have a pattern for it right now. It's just a granny square triangle. It's not, because it's not square, but granny square style. And I'm gonna add some solid rolls, I think, to break it up. But oh my gosh, you guys, it's so light because it's a 1. I don't work with 1s, but this yarn, I need to hold up the yarn for you. It's just, I mean, I love it more than this yarn, and I really love this yarn. But yeah, it's Hobie Universe, and it's a 1-weight, obviously, and oh shoot, I did the thing. Designed in Denmark, made in Turkey, 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, 462 meters, 505 yards. That's because it's so skinny. 98% acrylic, 2% polyester. And it recommends a 3.5 millimeter knitting needles or crochet hook, both the same. You can't triangle it. You can't wash it. Um, I mean, not wash it. You can't dry it in the dryer. Sorry. And you can wash it in 30 degrees, which I'm assuming is Celsius because that would be really, really cold water. Maybe they want you to wash it in cold. I don't know. It doesn't say on here. Or if it does, I'm not able to discern it from what it says on here. To me, everything is backwards because I am, we have the American directions. But so it says color is 17, but I would just call that definitely. It's like the name of the yarn, Hobie Universe. I'm sure they have a bunch of different colors. Well, I know they do because I looked at it. But it actually looks like the galaxy. It's just, I can't wait till this thing is done to show you guys. It's going to be the first really, it's only fancy because the yarn is fancy, not the stitches. But it's going to be the first fancy shawl that I've ever done. And I owe it all to Linda Simpson for her wonderful giveaway. If you hear bangs and ding dongs and stuff going on in the background, I have the windows open because it is so lovely outside. I'm just refreshing the air inside the house. And so things that are just hanging or getting banged around. But you may like the wind chimes, just not the jangling from it. So anyway, yeah, that's what. Okay, so when we get stuck in a place like the hospital, what do, ladies? Shop. No. Well, some of us do. We shop on our phones for yarn, and I did. But we knit or crochet because that helps us get our anxieties out. And I've been having a ton of anxieties. Yeah, my stepmom has cheated us so many times. And this was another one. So, yeah, if you give good vibes or prayers or any good stuff going her way, we would really, really appreciate it because she needs everything that she can get. But anyway, yeah, so when you're sick, I took this bag that I showed you guys the other day that I got at Big Lots, and it's got my yarn for my hats, the Sweet Row Vivid yarn, and the Hobie Universe yarn for the shawl, and I didn't have this with me. I don't know if I picked that upside down or right side. I think it's right side up. I didn't have this with me because I'd already had it basically finished. I just, right before this video, I sat there and okay, so the shawl is like this, the two ends, and then I flipped one of the ends, and then I took the crochet hook and I slip stitch all the way down, and it makes a little bit of a seam, but it just pretty, good with the rest of the thing. It doesn't look ridiculous or anything. It was nice. That's why I like to slip stitch it. But and then I weaved in those two ends, but I still have two ends that are inside that you can't see. I gotta weave those in, and then I can call it a finished object. But I'm gonna call it a finished object anyway. But anyway, so yeah, that was a finished object, a work in progress. And I still am working. I haven't done any more on the other hat that I had started when I was at the doctor's office. So yeah, my life is a series of waiting and working on some stuff. I always just take a bag of stuff. Ever since I was little, we would always get stuck in the car. My dad would say, "I'm just going to be a minute." And then 2 hours later, I think that's probably my mom trying to call me. We're going to let it ring. It'll go away in a minute. Yeah, so it would be a series of us waiting in the car while my dad was finishing talking for just a minute. Yeah, 2 hours later he'd come out. So I started packing things to do. That was way back before we could afford just to have a cell phone. It was really, there were cell phones, but they were big, like this. Like you were talking to somebody in the field because you needed deployment from somewhere, that big. And anyway, um, yeah, so and when you left the house, people couldn't get a hold of you. They had to leave a message on the answering machine. And that was fairly new, the answering machine. Just pre technology, you had to take things like books and yarn. And there was this place, I think I may have told you guys about it before, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you again because some people just like to hear the stories and I like to tell them. So they're actual factual stories. But there was this place, it was magical. It was called the Tar Paper Shack, and it basically looked like one. But it was a shop, and they, okay, so they had books, and they also sold yarn, like big bulk bags of the same colors, but there'd be 5 or 6 or 8, depending on where they got them from, all in one bag. So you could go in there and get yarn, or and it was really cheap. It might have been mill-ins, I don't know, but I don't have a recollection of ever being irritated by the yarn that I got. So it was a really, really long time ago. You guys, I'm 48. I'm going to be 49 in January, the 21st. It's my birthday. And yeah, I'm going to be 1 year away from 50. And yeah, so I've lived a little bit. And so it was a long time ago, but they had used books, and they may have had some new ones, I don't remember because I only exchanged the used books. But you could go in there and they were like a quarter or whatever they had marked on them. You could go in there and buy a grocery paper sack. Before they ended up with the plastic bags you could get at the grocery, they had grocery paper bags. And they probably are starting to have that again now. I know mine does, but they're shorter and thinner. But anyway, I'll get down that rabbit hole. So you could get a big bag full, and then I read those like water after I finally learned how to read in first grade. Um, I just read. I was a bookivore. I read everything that I could get my hands on. And so I would go through that bag in a week, maybe. I'm not bragging. That's facts. I just would read through those. And so, week, maybe 2. And then we would go back and you exchange, they had a thing where you could buy more, or you could exchange 2 books for 1. And that was a way of them getting more books to sell. It was a conveyor belt kind of idea. But so yeah, so I would take in a big bag and get like half a bag back. I may have bought more while I was there, just depending on the situation. So yeah, and they had this huge cat that I thought was a dog when I walked up to the porch, but then I was like, that's not a dog. And then it kind of briefly scared me because I was thinking bobcat, because we have them both here in Indiana and in Michigan. And you would think bobcat would be really big, and there may be some that are, I don't know, but bobcats are like the size of a medium dog, like a collie or something. And so then that ran through my mind. She has a bobcat because it had a lot of fur. And then I realized, well, if it's a bobcat, it's really tame. It ended up being a Maine Coon. And if you look up a Maine Coon, kittens are the size of small puppies, or medium-sized puppies or whatever. But the grown adults are the size of a regular dog. It's like, and they got really long fur, and oh my goodness. So yeah, that was my first encounter with a Maine Coon cat. They're gorgeous, but oh my goodness. If you came across one of those in the middle of the night, it would give you a scare for sure. But yeah, it was just a magical place somewhere off in the wilds of Michigan. When I was 12 years old, we moved from Indiana to Michigan, and I lived there till I was 19. And then I moved back down here, back in Indiana, southern Indiana. So yeah, out in the wilds, past the blueberry fields, somewhere. My mom knows exactly where. She'll tell me. But yeah, just a magical little place, if you can imagine it. For me, anyway. I would love my dream of a business. I got an associate's degree in business, which is basically business 101. You have to go longer to get, you know, more info, but I got an introduction to everything, so I know a little bit. That's who's dangerous, somebody who knows a little bit about a lot of things but don't know enough about one thing to do it, you know. But anyway, my dream, and they made us one time, it was you had to have a conversation about what your dream startup business would be, and mine was a coffee shop, a knitting nook, a bookstore combo. It combines all my three things that I really love: coffee and knitting and crocheting and books. So the only thing I thought about was coffee has a scent, and if you're brewing it, and yarn picks up scents, so the yarn would all have to be packaged. But once you bought it, you could sit anywhere and crochet if you wanted to. Have you some coffee, look through the books. It's my dream. I'm sure somewhere there is one. Because like I said, there's nothing new under the sun. But yeah, I would be a happy camper. But I would hire me a business person. Because I'm very about following the law, and you know, I'm a proud taxpayer, even though it hurts. But I am proud that I pay taxes and I vote, and I won't get political on you, but I'm a voter. I'm excited about November 11th. I'm pretty sure that's the day. I'm a little scatterbrained, but I'm very excited about voting and exercising my right as an American citizen. I am so stereotypical American. I'm like, American flag, I'm proud to be an American, whatever is American, you know. It's like, I love everybody else too, but I'm very, very patriotic. I know things are a little crazy right now. Help. But I'm so proud to be here, and I'm very faithful, so very loyal. I'm loyal to all my friends, and I'm loyal to my country. But yeah, that's just me. I know everybody thinks we're crazy. We are, a little. Yeah, there's some things. Speaking of that, just bringing a little down. I'm not going to talk about it other than to say there was some recent things that did not happen to me, so it's none of my business. And I don't care who was right or wrong. I mean, I care for those people. I feel for them about what they're going through. But you never know. There's always two sides to a story, and you can't just be like, that happened, you know, shame on them, because you don't know. But some part of our community didn't lift up another part of our community. They allegedly shoved them down. And that is the saddest thing that I've heard this week. We are a big knit community, family. We should be lifting each other up. And like I said, I don't know the details. I just want to say this. If you do business, especially with a small business, because it's harder for them, if you do business with somebody in this community and you happen to not like the product or don't like the service or whatever, you have two choices. You you can do the mean thing and totally smash them to bits till they're just left in tears, or you could spread your joy in a way where you're not happy, but you do the right thing, and you just simply don't like the video or the product or the service. You don't give them a recommendation to any of your friends. You get what you deserve legally, whether that be an exchange of a product or a refund or whatever. I mean, you get what you deserve, but then you just go on about your business and never do business with that business again. And they've lost a customer, they've lost a recommendation to all your friends, because I'm sure you probably have a lot of friends. And, that's the choice that you should be making. Just like Thumper said in the Disney movie Bambi, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. Because there could have been any number of reasons why your shipment was late, or your product wasn't what you thought, or any number of explanations. That person could be having a bad time of it in their life, and just things slip through the crack, or they may not have done anything at all, and it may be your perception of what you thought you were getting, and it was your mistaken perception. You just there's so many ways that could have went down. So if you like something, really lift somebody up, give them the like, give them the recommendations. If you don't like it, get whatever it is that you deserve, like a refund or a replacement, and then just simply don't give a thumbs down, don't give a bad comment or a bad review, and walk away. Make this world a calmer, more gentler place, and do business otherwhere. There's so many businesses out there in our yarning community, and so many lovely people, and this is the first bad thing that I've heard, and it shocked me. So no matter what the situation was, and please, you guys, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I just wanted to give some advice on how maybe that could have gone better. The end part, But anyway, I feel for everybody, and hope that they're having a better day today, because that the one video I watched, which was a little confusing, I didn't get a lot of information out of, but there are ways that you can handle things. When Judas turned Jesus in, Jesus turned the other cheek. And, that's what I want to do. So it's not a lecture. It's just some friendly fellow yarn enthusiast advice. So that's it for that. You guys know I'm all about joy, not about sadness or sorrow. But yeah, we all need to just lift each other up and support each other. And it's just the rough seas we're on right now with, you know, the words we can't say about the sicknesses and the pew-pews and the natural disasters that are going on. We need to give more positive and wonderful stories and show our crafts and just stress relieving time. That's what, you know, we're crafters, which means we're probably most all of us also caregivers. Because people who like to create and like to gift are caregivers of each other. And so that's my little whatever it's worth on that one. Okay, so this is the end of the video where I read a scripture. So I'm going to pull one out. If you don't believe in scripture, thank you so much for coming. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like and share. It will really help me out. If you can, go over and check out Crafting Kitty. She's almost to her goal of her hours if she hasn't reached it already. I'm so excited to have been a teeny bit a part of that because she has already done so much work. She was already almost there. I just like to give people a little push off the edge. Just, you know, don't spit out your tea, Jenny. I hope I made you laugh. So here's the scripture part. I pull from the front, I put it in the back. Sometimes I forget and mess up, so. Okay, this is a good one. It's sort of similar to the one we had last time, but not exactly. It says, I pray that God, who gives hope, will bless you with complete happiness and peace. No, you know, this might be. Yep, I pulled it from the back. Turn the box over. Sorry, guys. That is a good, I do pray that. That was Romans 15:13, by the way. I got it messed up last time. I said Romans 18:13, but it's Romans 15:13. My eyes, I'm having trouble. I have to get them checked out. This one says, I will always keep you in my heart. And it says in the back, the scripture, I will always love you. Jeremiah 31:3. He always does love us. And no matter what we do, no matter what we've done, no matter how far we've ran, we are always welcome back, just like the prodigal son was welcome back into the fold, even though he had been gone and ran a far way away. There's been times in my life when I've run pretty far and done things that, you know, I wish that I hadn't. And you always think that you've got to do this before you can be forgiven, or do that before you be forgiven. But what you don't understand is God forgiving you for that instance before you even did it. It's unconditional love, which is what we should be showing to each other. And you guys have got me crying again. Stop it. I love you all, and I really appreciate every single one of you, even the ones that are just popping in for a bit and may never see this video again. At least I got to spread my joy for that brief second. Which brings me to the thing that you guys always know I say. If you can't go out and spread your joy, if you can't go share your craft or take some banana bread to a neighbor, if you can only do one thing today in a brief second as somebody's passing by you, give them a smile. Because you never know, like that lady that I saw earlier today on the video, you never know what they've been through. And they may think that the whole world is against them, but then they come across you and you give them a beautiful smile and they know somebody cares. Bye-bye.